Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a horror Christmas themed readathon announcement, so let's just jump right in. So a few of my booktuber friends and bookstagram friends have gathered together and come up with the Scary Little Christmas-a-thon, which is a horror Christmas themed readathon, and I'm super excited for it. Let's talk about the hosts first, and then we'll jump into dates, and then we'll jump into my TBR. So the hosts for the Scary Little Christmas-a-thon. So the hosts for the Scary Little... I don't know why I can never say that name.
Scary Little Christmas-a-thon.
So the hosts for the Scary Little Christmas-a-thon are Raine from Brews and Binds, Sarah from Coffee, Tea, and Me, Carol from Carol Marie Reads, and yours truly, Marcy Reads. As always, I will leave all the hosts, their channels, and their Instagrams linked down below so you guys can go check them out. So to be completely transparent with you guys, I came into this readathon as a host like after everything was said and done, when they put the prompts and everything, because they had asked me to join, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to, but you know, FOMO, I agreed, and so all of these prompts and everything were set up already. So I'm a little bit lost and a little bit feeling like an airhead towards this, so bear with me. I just came up with my TBR like literally 15 minutes ago, and tomorrow is December 1st, so I'm sorry for getting this up so late, but I've been off my game completely with uploading, even with posting on Instagram, which is like my main hub source. Like, I love Instagram and I post every day, but lately I've been like posting every other day, if not every 2 days. I just have not been motivated or inspired. The winter and the fall get me really like, I don't want to say down because I love it, but they get me like cozy and just like in this hibernating mode where I don't want to do anything. So I know most of you probably have your TBRs set for December. If you do, try to incorporate some of your books towards these prompts, and if you don't, then there you go. Some people just don't do TBRs, which is a great thing, because when somebody pulls up an impromptu video like this, it helps out a lot. So this readathon will take place from December 14th all the way to December 20th, so one whole week, and there are 6 prompts. So let's jump into the prompts and the books that I plan on reading for this readathon. I will say, before I jump into the books that I'm gonna read and the prompts, this TBR is not set in stone, because like I said, I mean, I don't even think it's been 15 minutes since I picked these books, so there might be some changes. There might not be. I picked the ones that I really wanted to read out of my bookshelves, so I'm fairly certain that I will read this, but there can be changes. For the first prompt, we have I Saw Mommy Killing Santa Claus, and that is to read a book with red on the cover. For this, I chose Anna and the Apocalypse by Catherine Turner with Barry Waldo. This is supposed to be like, it says school's out for the end of the world. It's an apocalyptic book. We have a candy cane back here. It has red on the cover, and it has a pine tree on it with snow. So I'm like, winter, this seems like the perfect book to read. Again, I don't read synopsises, although I have read the majority of the synopsises because I didn't know if it would go with the prompts that I wanted the books to go with. But this one, I did not read the synopsis, so I have no idea. I know there's a movie for this book, and I've just been wanting to read it for a while, so now is the time. The second prompt is Fright Christmas Read a Ghost Story. And I have 3 books, or 3 possible books for this prompt. I'm not reading all 3, but I knew that I wanted to have a short story collection somewhere for this TBR, because number one, I have a bunch of them that I gotta get through. Short story collections are I just recently, within the past year or 2, started reading them, and they're not my number 1 choice, but I have so many, and I feel like short stories are perfect for readathon. So I have 2 short story collections, and then I just have and then I have just 1 full novel that's a ghost story in itself. So either one of these, I'll just see what I'm in the mood for. The first one is the Valancourt book of Victorian Christmas Ghost Stories, Volume 2. I've had this for a minute. I think I've had this for like a year already, maybe, or even 2, maybe 2. But again, this is a short story collection and it's ghost stories. Then I have another short story collection, which is Ghosts of Christmas Pasts, with a bunch of authors. We have Neil Gaiman, Robert Eichmann, Kelly Link, Bernard Capes, just to name a few. A couple of these I don't even know, and it's edited by Tim Martin. I've had this for 2 years exactly, and so it's another possibility. And then the third one is a novel by Michelle Paver, and it is Thin Air, and it is a ghost story. Again, I've had this for a really long time on my collection, so either one of these could really be a candidate for this prompt. And if you guys don't have any ideas for this prompt, you might want to use either one of these books. The third prompt is Here Comes Santa Claus, a book with a kidnapping or some kind of abduction in it. Another one that I'm not sure about, I did read the synopsis for this one and it sounds kind of like kidnap-ish kind, but not. And that is Jimmy the Freak by Charles Colliot and Mark Steensland. I've had this for a while. This actually came in a Nightworms box one of the months, for December I'm guessing. But for what I can gather from the synopsis, this is a story about Jimmy, and he was dropped on his head as a baby, and because of this he has a disabled mind and he also has psychic powers. And so because of this, people have taken advantage of him, and so his bodyguard Mike feels bad that even he has contributed to the mistreatment of Jimmy, that he grabs him and he takes him on the run. So that's why I'm putting this as a kidnapping or abduction. It's really not in a bad way, it's to sort of protect him, but still he's on the run with him and he's trying to hide him. So that's why I'm using this book. I could be completely wrong, but that's what I gather from the synopsis. Next we have Deck the Hells, a book with an exorcism or an evil entity. And for that, I'm gonna go with One by One by D.W. Gillespie. This is another book. I've actually had an e-arc of this for years, it seems like already. And I actually picked up a physical copy when Flame Tree Press had their, I think it was 4th of July sale. And so I've always wanted to read this. This has to do with this family that moves into this house, and then one day this little girl finds a painting of stick figures behind the wallpaper, and some of them have been X'd out, and then little by little her family goes disappearing one by one, and so it has to do with that. I assume that there's an evil entity in this book. I'm not completely sure. Then again, I'm not sure of any of these books, but it sounded like a good book for this prompt, and that's what I'm gonna use. Then we have Do You Hear What I Hear, and it is a book set in a remote location. For that, I'm gonna go with The Forgotten Island by David Sodergren. I just recently read Night Shoot and loved it. I do own all of his books, but this will be the second one that I read of his. I'm super excited for this one. This is, this girl decides to go on vacation with her sister. Her sister begs her to go on vacation, and they go on vacation to this remote island, and stuff starts happening. So I didn't want to read too much of the synopsis. I just saw Forgotten Island and I'm like, okay, this has to be remote. So I read until where it said literally a deserted island. So I'm like, this is what I'm gonna use. Again, I've been wanting to read this for a while, and now is the perfect time. Plus it has red on the cover, Christmas, you know, I don't know. And then the last and final prompt for this readathon is read any horror book on your TBR. So this one's basically like the free space on Bingo. Choose whatever you like. For this prompt, I'm gonna go with Bad People by Craig Walwork. I've had this on my Kindle forever. It's part of Kindle Unlimited, so I've just had it sitting there, and I'm wanting to start rotating my Kindle Unlimited books that have just been sitting there. Every time I try to get a new book from Kindle Unlimited, which why would I be if I haven't even read the 10 that I have, it tells me that I need to return one. So I think I need to start recycling them or going through them. So that's why I chose this one. Plus it has red on the cover. And second of all, this book was suggested for Virgos in a Nightworms blog post that my friend Matt and Rochelle did some time ago, a couple months ago. I will link that down below if you're interested in checking it out. But they suggested Bad People for Virgos, and I'm a Virgo, so I want to see how accurate they were. So that's it, you guys. Those are all the books that I plan on reading for the Scary Little Christmas-a-thon. Let me know if you will be joining us down below. I have been mentioning it on my Instagram, in my Instagram stories and stuff, so if you guys caught it on time, then good for you. If not, try to participate, try to incorporate those books that you have already on your TBR, as I said already. Yeah, so let me know if you will be participating. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.